Hello, hello, hello. Welcome and happy Saturday to everyone. I hope that everyone has been having a wonderful day so far and just a great weekend despite of everything that's going on around us, right? So I am Michelle Ford. I'm also known as that MF, and you are here with us on our first episode of What's Up in the Mix. And let me tell you something. If you are here with us today, consider yourself very lucky and very blessed, but not as lucky and blessed as we are that you are here with us, okay? So, just to give you a quick, just very brief, okay, because I can get a little long winded, but that's not going to happen today, okay? But just to give you just a brief rundown, kind of on how this came about, we are a team of like-minded people, okay? Some of us have met through business. Some of us have known each other for over 20 years and have reconnected through business, okay? And we are like-minded. We are a teamily. We are a united front. But a lot of what we do is behind closed doors, okay? The blood, the sweat, the tears, especially it's a lot of tears, but we laugh and we love even harder than all of that, okay? But it's behind closed doors. We are a united front, but you all see us kind of individually. You see our different brands, you see us individually, but we want to come before you on a more regular basis to show you that united front that we are behind closed doors, but we're going to be up front and you're going to see more of us. You might see us on here dancing. You might see us on here cooking. You might see us on here singing, and YGT might have us doing some crazy game show. Okay, it's no telling what you may see, and sometimes it may just be a forum where we come together. It's very casual. It's very informal, and we just want to talk and connect with you all because connection and people, that's our specialty. We love people. We love helping people. We love to connect. Hey, Terrence from Chicago. Teamily is team and family together. That's what teamily is, okay? So he asked for that. There you go. Thank you, Terrence, because I don't think I broke it down for the people. So I appreciate that. But we are here today, everyone, because we want to know what is your plan B? What is your plan B? Okay. Most of you don't even know. I have to remember not to curse on here. Most of you need to know, don't even know what a plan B is because you don't have one and never thought of one because we have this false sense of security. Okay. But we are here. We're going through this pandemic. Unemployment is ridiculously high because of the pandemic. And we just wanted to have a panel and just discuss how it's affecting different people and how it's affecting you as well. So please chime in. We would love to see your comments. We would love to hear your perspective, how it's affecting you. People know people that are affected. They're ill. They're sick from this virus, and people's livelihoods, their households are turned upside down from it. And we want to talk about that with you today. So you can see all these beautiful faces. Oh, well, they were. Where'd they go? Where's all my beautiful faces? There they go. Oh, okay. All right. Well, here's my beautiful face, and there's everyone else's beautiful face. You gotta love live, right? So we're just gonna jump right in. We're not gonna do a whole bunch of fluff. We're gonna jump right in, and we're just gonna start just talking about this. So I just kind of want to open it up to the panel. You all's thoughts about just oh, and I am not talking about the drugstore plan B, but I don't know. Some of y'all locked in. Y'all might be looking into that, but that's another episode. But the panel, we have your girl Tasha here. Bam, she's always being authentically me, meaning her. We have the beautiful Mrs. Persistent Paula. Got Coach. We got Coach up in the corner, Coach Derek. We got Derek Jones. I don't even know what to call you. He has so many titles. I don't know when he sleeps. Okay. And we have our niece. We have Miss Niecy down at the bottom, looking all beautiful and sexy with her waves in her hair, looking all okay, looking all good. But what are you all's thoughts about what's going on? Like just your overall thoughts of the whole thing.
Wait, I'm gonna jump in. Kind of what made us start thinking about doing this for the day because we had other plans for the day at first. We were supposed to be doing some line dance with our girl down in South Carolina, Erica. But after having a team huddle last night with our diamond leader Sam Cerner, um, he's from El Salvador, guys, and he is stuck here because he was here in Las Vegas back in March, and unfortunately the airport's closed and he couldn't fly back home. And um, we are a spiritual based group basically, and he was talking about why did God have him be stuck here in America at this time and at this place. And part of it is because he's learning that there are so many people hurting. A lot of us are seeing the unemployment rates and how people are losing their jobs. I was kind of amazed because I was just Googling and found it crazy to learn that the unemployment rates actually right now are as high as some populations of countries. Okay, certain countries and stuff, and it's just crazy. So Sam posed a question to us last night, which is what this dialogue is going to be about. For you, and we want each and every one of you who are watching to just type it in the chat. This is no judgment zone. Type it in the chat that about, how long could you survive and also maintain your current lifestyle if you lost your job today? Okay. If you lost your job today, how long could you survive and maintain your lifestyle? And on the panel right now, I think there's two people that kind of can, I think that Paula can speak to it. She's one of the people who's actually been impacted and that's in these numbers here, which I'm trying to find. I can't find right here. The chart. Oh, I might be able to show. I'm gonna share this chart. Hold on. Guys, we're gonna figure this whole thing out here. Share the screen, bam. Share the screen, bam. Chrome tab, all right. And here, all right. And I'm going to go over here and see what's going on with it. Guys, and we're going to make this large for you. If you look at this chart, I'm just amazed that our current unemployment rates, guys, match the population of countries like Chile and the job loss claims. We had 22 million job loss claims, and there are 19.1 people in Chile. There's 25.5 million people in Australia. There's 23.8 people in Taiwan, guys. Basically, the loss of jobs that we have here could take out whole countries. And I would think that it's a wake-up call. But the reason why we got our brother, the coach Derek, here is because he's always the voice of reason, and we just do not understand why some people, even with this, is not waking up. So, I mean, I just want to share that. I don't know if Paula, you want to talk about how you was hit with it, or if Derek wants to chime in, whoever, share this with us. That's crazy.
Paula can go first if she's ready. She's still on mute though. Oh, she's open.
No, I'm open. First of all, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. So yes, I am on the unemployment line for the second time in my life, which I never thought would happen again, because although I'm a contractor and our money is, or my job is not always guaranteed from year to year, it has been a successful experience for us. And I didn't think that this time I would be impacted, because when we were furloughed before, obviously for different reasons, we were deemed essential. So I assumed that I would continue to work. Well, on March 18th, I was told that I did not have to come in. I was on my way in. My supervisor was in our office and she said, turn around and go back home. We are suspending operations and I don't know if you are going to get paid. I said, okay. So a week later, I was sitting at home, received by email that we were officially furloughed and we were only going to be paid for the 2 days that we worked, that Monday and Tuesday. So I have been in the business for quite some time, but working part-time, and honestly speaking, not really working the business as wholeheartedly as I wish I had them. But anyway, no need to do the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Moving forward, I have reactivated my enthusiasm, my drive to continue to help people, because that was my initial reason for coming into the business in the first place. But in all honesty, thinking about how long, number one, would I last? Thank God I have my husband, because we all know unemployment is not going to pay mortgage. Unemployment is not going to continue to put food on the table. Unemployment is not going to meet all of my needs. But I always believe that everything happens for a reason. Number one, that I'm back in this position again, because it is okay. So the first time it didn't impact me the way that it is at this particular time, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, we talked about it yesterday with Sam, and I so appreciate him, because to hear that he is set for 7 years, 7 years, not 7 days, not 7 months, not 7 weeks, 7 years. You talk about preparation. We must prepare ourselves, because I'm not even sure I want to return. And how exactly am I going to do that? And that's what we talk about, the fact that we do these opportunity calls, and everybody thinks it's a ploy to get people to join you. Well, it is in part that, but at the same time, so that you have the awareness that something else is possible. Here's the thing, being at this job, and now, because quite honestly, I do not believe that they had to make us non-essential. Their hands were forced to do that because nobody knew how long, number one, we were going to be out. They still don't know. They still don't know how long we're going to be out. So for me, I know that I need to work my business like it is my 9 to 5 and more, so that I can put myself in position. So when there is a decision to be made, I can make the decision for myself, that people are not telling me whether they're going to pay me or not. Because guess what? Some of this stuff is going to continue to happen year after year after year. I don't believe that what we're going through right now is over, but I'm not here. Much my story. That is where I am. And would I say I'm comfortable in where I am? No. But at the same time, I'm comfortable knowing that I have the necessary tools, and I also can be successful at this business and live comfortably doing just that. Thank you. I hope I don't get the Jeopardy music. So I'm done.
No, but you, Paula, I'm telling you, you hit on something else. Oh, goodness gracious. I think I shared it somewhere else. I'm going to get rid of that. I apologize. But you hit the nail on the head when you talked about, if someone else, I'm going to keep going because I don't have it up any longer. But having your husband there, and you being blessed to have your husband there, even this day and age, even in 2-income households, people still need to have a plan B. Because even, I'm not sure where the echo is from, I'm sorry, but even with 2 people working and needing those 2 incomes, if something happens to one of you, things could still turn upside down for some families. Some people could maybe stretch it out, but it could still turn a family upside down, even with just 1 income when you're used to living off of the 2 incomes. So I think some people kind of lean on that, and thank goodness you were open-minded to know to have something else, as a plan B to supplement or to be there in the event something happens.
Michelle, just let me say this. I know you got to go on to somebody else, because I don't want anybody to assume that it's easy for us at all. There is a lay it on the table. What are we going to take care of this week? Okay. What are we going to take care of the following week? It is not easy, even because that's something that really like makes every hair on my body stand up when people think because you're a married household and you got it all together. No, we don't. It does take both our incomes. And even with that, sometimes it's like, okay, what are we going to do? Because things come up. So yeah, it's difficult for 2-parent households. two people trying to make, and I hate to say this, but what they say ends meet, because I don't know where they meet.
Yeah, yeah. It's a crazy time. We're living in a time that you never thought you would live through something like this or see something like this. So
Okay, so we're gonna, Derek, go ahead, and then we'll look at some of the comments that are coming up. Your thoughts, Derek, because we don't understand why some people choose to not be their own life preserver. I don't know a better way to say it.
Well, it's a few reasons, and like even me for myself, like I may be be able to survive for a few months, but I definitely don't have enough, and even though I'm not choosing the same plan B that some of you guys are, I still have my own stuff that I'm doing because I see the necessity of it. And what people need to realize is the majority of our country, like over 60% of the country, can't afford $500 emergency, right? So if over 60% can't afford a $500 emergency, when you say I'm good, most of y'all are lying, right? And we got to be real with ourselves, and you also have to, like, we're talking about people being unemployed now, but even before that, you got to look at how you're living, what kind of stuff you spending your money on, how much are you saving. And for a lot of us, and they also say the majority of us are living check to check, right? So you can't afford a $500 emergency. You live in check to check, the majority of the country, right? And everybody's good, right? Everybody can't be good if those statistics are true. So now, even before this happened, that plan B was necessary just for you to survive. And because we want to look a certain way to society and our friends and our family, we digging ourselves into a situation where when something like this happens, we can't breathe. And now you're starting to see people who, and a lot of times it's pride, right? You don't want people to know that you don't have it. But then most of the people that you don't want to know that you don't have it, they don't have it either. And we all kind of in that same pool. And we live like that until some emergency happens, and then we put our Cash App and our GoFundMe's up. Like as a country, not like a couple of people, but as a country. And we really got to take a look at, like, if this isn't enough for you to like know that you need another stream of income, and yeah, we got lives and we have schedules and we have kids and all of that, but there's space where you can put something in place where you can make something extra. We have the internet now. Like you don't really you can stay in your house and do it. So now you can't say you got to go punch a clock somewhere else, and you can't, you got to get a car to go here. You can do it inside your home now. So you got to really take the opportunity to really look at your finances, right? And some of you don't even have to look. You already know. You got to look at how you're living, and are you spending money on things you need all the time, or are you spending stuff on things you want all the time? Because sometimes the wants take place of the needs, right? And then the savings accounts, like we're in a generation, my generation and some, generations behind, we're not savers. Our parents were, but we're not. So now we're in a territory now where that saving matters. It's people out here struggling for real. And this thing isn't even over yet. And those weeks and those months count. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. I know we got a whole show.
I do have a question for you, Derek, though, because you touched on something. Why do you think that is in regard to the saving? Like, why do you think now you don't see it like you used to? And do you think it's because people just can't? Or
I don't think that people can't. I think that when our parents, and we're of a certain age, our parents saved money. They were told that they needed to save money. They had children, and they wanted their children to be better than them. So they gave us more, and we kind of felt entitled to the more, and we didn't get that same training. And then we grew up, and you go to college, and you got the little table with the you get your credit card, and we didn't know what that meant. And then we grow into adults, and now we're looking at credit scores and all this other stuff. And it's like, well, what do we do? And then it becomes a disaster in situations like this when that 20-year-old that didn't know anything about finances is now 40 and still haven't learned their lesson, even after all the trials and tribulations. And now you faced with that decision. What do I do to make more income? What's my plan B? Because I don't have one. So it's just, and I'm not saying that's the only reason why we don't save, but that financial literacy, the financial education just wasn't something that was in our families and stuff. It wasn't taught to us. So we just kind of played it by ear. Some of us, played the financial lottery and won, and some of us just kind of got comfortable with our low job. And that comfort that we had in our job now, it's like, it's laughing at us now.
And you know what you say, you don't get taught that in school either. I was amazed. And for those people that don't know, actually, I just saw an article this morning. I was trying to find it on my page where Prince George's County is now going to make financial literacy a mandatory part of graduation. How many years? What do you, I mean, seriously, look at it. What do you think triggered that? This current pandemic? If this current pandemic can make the school systems potentially change and finally make financial literacy a part of graduation requirements, just like cursive writing should be a part of it, why is it that so many other people are not being woke up? They're not waking up because of this. That's my thing, because I talk personally to and ask this question that we're presenting on the screen today. Erica says they're not saving because they live in a bling bling society. Lord have mercy. All right now. She ain't lied about that one. She said the bling bling society. That is a great idea. I'm so happy about the financial literacy. But a couple of people this morning was like, they only got like 1 or 2 months. 1 or 2 months. Okay. This is what they said to us, 1 or 2 months. And then even one of the gentlemen that I spoke to this morning, he's in a career, and it makes me think of my ex-brother-in-law too. You got people out here who are in construction, or they're climbing poles and all this other kind of stuff. And for me, you should see the writing on the wall, because your body is not going to allow you to do those jobs anymore. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen when your body goes out? And there's so many people that I look at. I sit in an office, type seated job, and there's a lot of people that have to stay 10, 20 years past their retirement age. But if you're in a construction job or I don't know, anything like that requires manual labor, your day is coming. Why are you not planning? And you're not open to even listening on how you could possibly plan. That's crazy. But everybody was happy. Everybody was happy about this $1,200 stimulus check that's supposed to come. Everybody happy about, unemployment's giving us $600 a week now and all this other kind of stuff. But you could work from home, and you could work and you can make that kind of income, but you don't even want to hear about it. Mm-hmm. I don't understand, Derek. Help me. Pull out some cards.
It's really about a society that lives for right now versus planning for the future. Like, even if you don't need it today, you're going to need it at some point. Life happens, injuries happen, deaths happen, things happen, and you have to be prepared for what may come. And now we're in the what may come right now. And so on the other side of this, when it does end, you really need to be thinking about it right now. Like what does life look like after this? A lot of people won't even be able to go back to work, and they're living at home apartments. How does that work? Like, as a society, like, you got to think about, and those of us who are able to work from home, you still need to be thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's not guaranteed either.
Yep.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yep. It's such a false sense of security. And another thing that frustrates me too about people not being open to listening to other opportunities is they think that it's only for certain people, or, that's only for people who don't already make certain money or things like that. And this is my opinion. If you make, you can make a certain salary, a very good salary. And to me, and I'll speak personally, I make a good living, but I was open to an opportunity because I don't have that false sense of security. In fact, I feel more of a target because of it. Because when they start looking at budgeting, oh, we need to cut back. Oh, like who makes the most? These are the people that make the most. They're going to get cut. When you're in leadership or management roles and new contracts come in, a lot of times they may come in, they may keep everyone else that's actually doing a lot of the work, but they may come in with their own management. Oh, we already have our own team of management, so you're first on a chopping block. And even if you are fortunate enough to not be in that position, even if you're looking for other opportunities, you can be miserable. It's not as easy at a certain salary to find other jobs that's going to pay you that same salary. So in a lot of ways, you're trapped or you're the one with the target because of it. So a lot of people get that false sense of security because they're making a six-figure salary. Oh, I'm good. I don't have to worry about that. That's for people that's not making money. That, and I'm telling you, trust me, it's a false sense of security. You're the one they're going to gun for. And not to be negative or to make anybody paranoid, but a lot of times you're at the top of that list when it comes to making those budgeting decisions or reorg decisions and things like that. So you have to get out of that false sense of security and have something there. Have something that you're starting to build, there, so that you're not having to scramble and try to build from scratch when you're already, when you're already
behind the eight ball.
Yeah.
And think
Let's go with.
I'm sorry. One more point, real quick.
Okay.
Think about we think about people who have spent all of this time in school and they have these careers, and the career is supposed to be like your golden ticket. Mm-hmm. Think about it like this: like people really don't think about this. What if you was a dentist right now? What's your business doing for you right now? And you got the world. You got a thriving business. You got a location that you run in. You have staff. Right now, all of that schooling and all of that stuff you did to get there, it was great. You made a great living. Now you're not getting any clients. That's just one profession. That's why we all have to think about what the topic of this thing is, Plan B. There's nobody that can't get touched by this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go and get a few of the comments. Jan Bingo has actually commented a couple of times, and I'm going to catch two of them. She says, I was going to say the same thing Tasha touched on. Financial literacy should have been a mandatory math class to be able to graduate. And at the same time, she said the other problem that is going on is there are some folks that have knowledge of resources and they keep it to themselves until a pandemic happened. That's kind of something, people keeping resources. But I'm going to tell you something, Jan, we're not trying to keep no resources. We're trying to share information, and people don't want to hear. They act like the pandemic done took away their hearing, girl. They done took away their hearing. Okay. And then Terrence Coleman said he's actually seen it done when it's been mergers. Mergers mean that they duplicate positions. And then we have Tanya Y. Pritchard checking in, who says that's why she had to leave her W-2 job in 2018 herself. These are real issues, guys. And we have Matisse Brown saying, so true, Michelle. Every time my job downsized, my job was on the line because I was in the highest pay bracket. Okay. And look at Terrence. Terrence wants to know, what about the barbers and the beauticians?
Them too.
Yes.
Everybody. This is supposed to be the biggest wake up call for so many reasons, not just because of the job market. I mean, just for you to know about, Jan Mingo said, I understand that too, Tasha, but I think that it's about fear. Sometimes I think I would say that some people choose not to listen because of fear or because they're comfortable. But I always like to say, most of the time people talking about they're comfortable and they're in their comfort zone and they don't want to step out of it. They're not that comfortable anyway. And I personally could talk about fear, because fear will keep you in the wrong places for a long time and prevent you from growing. I speak to you from experience. I don't want to get into just me, but I always talk about fear kept me in a marriage entirely too long. And it prevented me from blossoming to the woman that I am right now. And how much further could I have been? How many other people could I have touched? How many other, especially when it comes to females who are in marriages because they can't stand on their own 2 feet to support themselves. That's kind of one of the reasons why we do what we do. So I don't know. Do you think that it's fair when you get no's from certain people, or is it just I don't know. I don't think everybody is fearful when they say no to just listening. 20 minutes of listening. 20 minutes of listening in some cases. It's just crazy. Erica says, my heart goes out to barbers, beauticians right now, because a lot of them are putting their lives on the line right now, still fixing hair in order to try to just make ends meet. And I'm going to take the last conversation thing. I don't know. We lost Larnice again. I just had a person tell that, Terrence said, I just had a person to tell that's a nail tech that's Mother's Day is her biggest time money-wise, and she's going to miss it. She's going to miss it. Exactly.
And it's also a wake-up call to people in those type of professions that this whole internet thing that everybody's so scared to touch, this is saving people's lives right now as far as monetary gain. Like, even with the network marketing industry, if you have products, if you have whatever, even if you was used to going out and doing transactions hand to hand, you still have the option to sit at home and say, go to my website, or you have options, right? When you don't have options, like a beautician or a barber who could possibly have something else running in the background that's online, so that is still feeding while you're in the shop. Something like this happens, it's still going because it's not attached to the shop per se. Or it could be an extension of the shop where you have products that you sell your customers and they can still get it from you. You have to think past right now. Like I keep saying, we're only worrying about the next 24 hours instead of the next 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
So since Larnice is back, I don't know if you were able to hear while you were out. Jan spoke to the fact that some people are not open to hearing the information or just listening, Larnice, because they because of fear, thinking that they can't. I don't know if you want to expand on that a little bit more, Jan, or maybe thinking that they can't do it. They don't have what it takes or whatever. Larnice, can you address how people who may be fearful of just taking a look and being open-minded to put in some kind of plan B in place?
Well, the way I think about it, when I learned about joining the business, I was a little afraid at first because I was thinking that this is not me. I don't know if I can do this type of work. So, I think you've been brainwashed for a long time working a job. Someone, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear her?
It was breaking up a little tiny bit.
Can you hear me now? Hold on.
You sound like you work for Verizon. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You look. Can you stick one hand up in the air and balance on the? Do you got some aluminum foil? It might give you a better connection. I'm sorry. That's just the way to teamly act. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
What I was saying was, I can understand the fear that people may have, because I was in fear in the very beginning when I first, was thinking about doing the business. I think that when you've been working so long, when you work on a 9 to 5 or any type of job for a long time, you get so comfortable with just doing that. And when you hear about other people being, can you hear me?
You keep going out. We can see you, but your audio keeps going out.
I was having issues when I first tried to sign in. Can you hear me now?
I think it's your phone going in and out. It's okay. I think that see, Derek is so good at reading brains. He could probably speak to how the 9 to 5 has brainwashed people to make them be scared of stepping out on their own.
Oh. Well, you know what happens, it's how we're conditioned, right? We're conditioned to feel like that 9 to 5 is all we need. You get comfortable, and when someone says, you know, if you go do this plan B business, side hustle, whatever you want to call it, you're going to have to do A, B, D, and C. You're going to have to, you know, we have amazing products or we have amazing services or whatever. And then in your mind, you think, I can't do that because I spent so many years doing this over here. There's no way I could step outside the box and do something different. My life is it's laid out like this. Why would I want to do something that may take a little bit of risk or a little bit of extra time out of my day? I'm comfortable. I like eating my Cheetos in front of Netflix. Why would I spend time doing that? And I think a lot of times we can call it fear. And a lot of times people don't even believe that they're capable of doing more than what they've been used to. And so they just sit in it, especially in the area that we live in with the federal government. And everybody's like, I got my good government job, but they, you know, they bought a Mercedes and they got $2 in their pocket.
Yeah,
and it looks good,
out of that.
Right? Because they feel like that government job is the ultimate stability. Why do something else? But like I said, most of us are saying we're good, even with those jobs. And we're not, because people that have those jobs spend more money. So your disposable income is probably the same as somebody that's making $30,000 a year.
Yes. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm glad you said that. Yes.
Right?
Ooh. Did you see my reaction? Ooh, I was like, ooh.
So that's so when you say, I want you to do something, I want you to help yourself and your family by having a cushion, they can't fathom doing something different, because those, like I said, we have like our lives, we live in day to day, and it's like a schedule, and it just moves like this, and we don't think about what could happen. Somebody could get in a car accident, something happen, and we just like, but if everything stays the way it is, why should I move? It's just like people who don't have life insurance, right? Because I feel good today.
Yeah. And I want to touch on Jan really quick.
That's why I'm trying to go back to her comment. Let me go back to that one.
Let me tell you, I recently said this on one of my morning lives. Well, there are people who are afraid of failure, so they won't try things, but there are equally as many people afraid to try things, because what if that thing actually works? What if it takes off? And like what Derek said, you're so comfortable that you're afraid of the risk of it working. And I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't even have any details to give you, because I never tried it. But I remember a few years ago, someone who I knew was legit, that was doing very well, reached out to me of all people. Like, he saw something in me, and he was like, I really would like to do something with you. And this was someone that I knew, this wasn't a scam. Like, I knew this person to be doing legit, valid businesses and things. And I was so afraid, because I was like, oh my God, what? Because but it was because I knew he was the real deal, and I knew he wasn't playing, and I knew he was really talking about doing something, and I talked myself out of it. I didn't even listen. I didn't even follow back up with him and say, well, what do you have in mind? That's why I can't give you any detail. I couldn't even tell you what he wanted to do, because I was literally like frozen, like a statue. Like, oh my God, he's reaching out to me. And it was a legit person. And, I don't have any regrets, but that was one of those moments where I could have just listened, and I could have said, if it wasn't for me, I could have said no. But I didn't even follow back up with him to say, well, what do you have in mind? It wasn't costing me anything. It was nothing out of my pocket. There was no obligation. It was just me listening. And who knows, I could have been, I don't know, I could have been on my yacht right now somewhere, who knows? You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. I know that's right.
But we psych ourselves out of things, even when we know it could be something that could blow up, but blow up in a good way.
And we talk about God, please help me.
And you know the story when the man was drowning and the 3 boats came. Nope, nope. I'm waiting for God. And when he died and went to heaven and said, "Why didn't you save me?" God said, "Well, I sent you 3 daggone ships, and you say you turned it down." You know.
Right. Jackie Besser said, I have a great job. I started a side hustle as a part-time goal to help me pay some bills. And I started and I haven't looked back. Erica Chapman, she done said, Chapman Anderson said, clock in class at 7:30, go to lunch at 12, recess 1, 2, 3 bathroom breaks, 2 15-minute breaks, clock out from school at 3. Hey, look, you making me have trauma because look, 30 years ago, May 14th is 30 years for me at my company. But when I first started, I was a 411 operator before I got my promotions. And I used to say, "What city, please, Tasha, can I help you?" And as an operator, you talking about them breaks. Yeah, we had those breaks. And not only did we have to get permission to go to the bathroom, we had to go to a desk. We had to turn the light on, sign a book, then go to the bathroom. And don't you go to the bathroom over 2 or 3 minutes. And I have a doctor's note for why you going to the bathroom over 2 or 3 minutes. And if you were sitting there in a board and you saw the light was on because one other person was at the bathroom, you better sit there and hold your legs tight and make sure you don't pee on yourself. I don't mean to be graphic, but that's exactly how it was.
That's a whole lot of control over your life. A whole lot.
Yes, and I'm a person who's affected in the sense of I'm still working, but I'm working from home. But I love not having the commute. Like it's like Paula, it's making me not want to go back where I have to get up and commute and go back on site somewhere. And I noticed too, even when I have to work, because I don't have the commute and I'm home, I'm much happier. I don't have that stress from being on the road. I don't, you know what I mean? So just to have that freedom of not having to commute if I don't want to, just the thought of that alone helps me, makes me want to just do something where I don't, because that one day I'm gonna have to go back in there. It's not gonna be like this forever. So, man.
I just wanted to, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tasha.
Read Tanya's comment, Paula.
Tanya said, I had an opportunity at one time to open an internet cafe and didn't think it was the best time to invest and could do it later, but that wouldn't have been the best time to have done it then.
She said would have been. It would have been the best time. Yeah.
Or would have been. I'm sorry. It would have been. That's why I said in the beginning, we can't do the woulda, coulda, shoulda, because that's where we are. And, the only thing that we, looking back is not going to help us move forward. I just want to address real quickly, because it's making me think about, a lot that I hear about pyramid scheme, and what we do. This is the best example of the pyramid. The pyramid now has controlled everything you do and say. I mean, everything you do. Like, even just going to the store yesterday, I'm not permitted to go down an aisle. Who are you to determine what is an essential item for me? There's so many levels to this thing that I think that people really aren't tapping into. And, I think about.
I'm sorry. That went over my head. Once you in this store, because I haven't experienced that. You telling me they told you. I know you got to go.
Tasha, it's roped off. It's roped off. You cannot go down certain.
What was you trying to get, Paula?
I was doing that. It doesn't matter. I wanted to look.
It was the Oreo cookies.
No, it's not even food. That's the thing. And even with wait a minute now, even with toilet paper. I was in Sam's in Waldorf yesterday. Even the toilet paper aisle, there is a gentleman. It's roped off. You cannot go down it. All they had left was one of their particular brands. They have a roll out so you can feel it to determine whether you want it or not. And then he hands you one. You cannot, I kid you not. I was in the store yesterday. So when you talk about control, see, I promise y'all, I'm not going to be in this position ever again. Not about the stores. Let's not talk about that. The line was at the gas station to get in there. Okay, 6 feet apart. to walk around to get in to number one, to get in there. But if you don't open your mind, I had no idea I would be where I am today. And I thank God. I thank God because that I didn't fully understand, because God does that. He will block certain things from you so that you can walk into something, even if you're fearful. I'm just determined that I'm going to do it afraid, no matter what it is. If I'm afraid, I'm just going to do it afraid. Because had I not opened my mind to Vita Divina and this opportunity, I don't even know if I would be here today. That's how serious this is. Because, and many people may have already heard my story, but I'm going to real quick just say, when I started in November, I started drinking this tea. I was one of the ones who was skeptical. I didn't even want to sell it till I started trying it for myself, because that's the mindset. I was afraid that I was going. I never want to be in a position to somebody to say she did me wrong or I ripped somebody off or whatever. But I'll never ever do that again, because there were enough people who could tell me from the beginning, yes, Paula, this is going to work. In different ways. Some people drop weight quickly. That wasn't my story. Everybody's story is different. But had I not done this in January the 8th of 2017, when my husband lost his job, 3 months later, I had no medication. I have high blood pressure like my dad. It was hard to maintain. If I had not started drinking this tea and started feeling better enough to start exercising, I'm telling you, and taking Ganoderma and Chaga and the different things, and I know we're not here to promote the products, but I want to tell you that if I had not said yes, just yes to listen to the opportunity, I don't know if I would be here. You never ever know what you are going to need. And sometimes you got to just get out of your own way and allow God to orchestrate, order your steps. Just say yes and then work it out. That's all I got to say. Because I know me, I can get really emotional about it, but it is very frustrating. And I know you cannot make people do anything, but it does not cost you a dime to listen. Just listen. You never know what you're going to hear. What may change your life.
Okay, so since Paula took the lead and decided to go ahead and share her little bit of testimony, and we're a little bit through here now, Derek is not on paper part of the team lead, but he's part of team lead, and he's a client. He's one of my repeat clients. Derek, can you talk to, because we're going to just go ahead and do it. Can you talk to, Cassandra's on the screen already saying the ingredients are the truth. Okay, now hold on. Jan is saying, y'all, this conversation was meant for me today. I tend to procrastinate. So when I get off here with you guys, I'm going upstairs and get my paparazzi jewelry business back on track. And I'm pulling out this sewing machine I just bought and get to work. All right, girl, because look, let me tell you, that's what the team lead is about.
Love you, Jan.
We're not just about loving on ourselves and promoting ourselves. We're about inspiring other people, because there's enough pieces of the pie out here for everybody to have a little piece of the pie. You go ahead, girl. Go ahead and do your look.
And I love Jan. I will always have love for Jan, because I'm not getting into it, but Jan, she really came through for me years ago. Like Jan, I love you. Okay. I'm going to just leave it at that.
All right, Tanya said 100, Paula, and Cassandra was talking about the ingredients are the truth in these products. So I'm gonna come up on you, Derek. Can you just talk about why you love the products?
So I'm gonna give you like a 10-second, just kind of like, so I used to do what they do, and then I since have gone on to do, because I'm still an engineer by day, but I do my life coaching on the side or whatever. And so to follow what I believe is my purpose. But even after leaving the company, I still knew, after being in several health and wellness companies, that their products were superb, like the top notch, because you got to understand this, this is the engineer coming out of me, right? You have to understand that even ingredients on face value aren't always the same across different companies. Some are better grades than other. And Vita Divina specifically, make sure that they have like the highest grade in all of their products, right? And this is what I knew. So after leaving and then realizing that how good the tea was and a couple of other products, then you start, when you get off the products and you start going back to your normal lifestyle. I left the company, sometimes we leave the company, we leave the products too. And I started gaining weight again. And then I was like, Tasha, I need some of that tea. And got back on the tea. Still the same results it's consistent. The formula stays consistent. There wasn't any changes. So I was like, let me try something else. And I tried the coffee, and the coffee did its thing, and the chaga and the get, like all of this stuff. I know for a fact that it's top quality. So when I came back, it wasn't a matter of figuring out like whose products were better or where I'm gonna go on Amazon and figure it out. I knew where I had to go. And, thank God I still stayed connected with Tasha, and I was able to kind of have a way to get that stuff back. But it's amazing. And to this day, like I can't let that coffee run out or the tea. So
thank you. And now, Jan says, love you, sis. I think that's to you, Michelle. And then she also said, love you, Tasha. And girl, we love you too. All right. So Michelle, share, go ahead and share why you're passionate about these products and this opportunity.
So I am passionate about, can you hear me okay? Uh-oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But it just started looking a little weird. But I'm passionate about the products because just briefly, I suffered from adrenal fatigue, and my primary care physician did nothing for me. I had been going to this woman for years, did nothing for me. I ended up going to or being referred to a naturopathic physician. She got me back on track in a lot of ways with my adrenal fatigue, but we could not get the energy and the sleep. So, I reconnected with Tasha after years. I reconnected through her show, Hanging with Your Girl Tasha, and she invited me to an event. And to my luck, and of course at the time I didn't know who Armand was, so I'm like, okay, the CEO is here, okay, But I went to an event with her. Armand was there, and just his energy. I mean, when that man hugs you, you just know it's real. Like, this is not just someone here telling you about a company and products. This is someone who just cares. And that day, on our way there, she gave me that Adam, because we were in the car, and I said, I'm so tired. She jumped out of her car was running. She jumped out of it and said, I'll be right back. She came back, gave me the Adam, and within a couple of hours, we were at the event, and she said, how you feeling? And I didn't even realize, and I was like, oh my God, I feel pretty good, actually, which was not normal for me. So something that could make me feel like that, and I'm very sensitive to things like caffeine, and I hadn't drank coffee in years, but it gave me a natural, smooth energy boost. It wasn't like I was jittery or going crazy or my heart was racing. It was like you're just supposed to normally feel, and I've been using it ever since. In fact, tea wasn't even my first purchase. I had that, the Sleep on Loose, and the Liquid Gold, all of which I still use. I said, okay, the tea is the big flagship. Let me try it. I was not trying to lose weight. In a week and a half, I lost, oh gosh, don't get me lying on the number. I want to say it was like 7, 8 pounds in like a week and a half. And I wasn't even trying to lose weight. But that just let me know my body had waste that I didn't realize was there. You know what I mean? And you just get an overall feeling. I use several products now. I've added different things. I've tried different things, and I love all the products. The Youth is my favorite product now. Okay, I love that Youth. That has become my favorite product. The opportunity, again, you have to be open-minded. I was seeing things career-wise. I was seeing racism. I was seeing the writing on the wall when it came to reorgs and new companies coming in, and I knew I needed to have something else going for me. And I knew it. I didn't necessarily want it to just be another job. You know what I mean? So I decided on the opportunity a lot because of this team. Okay. I was interacting with the team. I loved them. They were not just about pushing products and making money. When I tell you behind closed doors, they're asking questions, they're researching. I mean, Larnice, I don't know if Larnice is still on here, but Larnice, I can't tell you, there's probably not a day that goes by that she's not like, oh my God, I really need to help this person. I really need to help this person. People just need help. Why? I just really want to help this person. And I felt like I belonged. And people started seeing my results. I know the Jeopardy music is coming. And I said, you know what? People are seeing my results. They're asking me about it. I joined. It has supplemented in a way where, again, money was not a big factor for me, but there were things that I wanted to do that I kind of had like a budget for. Like, okay, I'm going to put this much money and by the end of the year, I'm going to do this. One of the things that really stood out to me was my mother was needing a new washer and dryer. She could do it on her own, but I told my mother, I want to get you, let me get you the washer and the dryer. I had it budgeted. I had a budget where every month I was going to put aside a certain amount and I was going to do it for her birthday, which is in November. I was able to get my mother that washer and dryer for Mother's Day. And I started as an affiliate in February of 2019. Mother's Day was May. I was able to get my mother that washer and dryer because of the profits that I had made from this company. So you get what you get out of it, what you put in. You know, and I was able to do it on my own time. I don't try to measure myself up to anyone else on the team. You know, I don't do that. I go at my own pace. You know, and there have been times where I've had to slow down because people are coming, you know, and I know that I want to be able to give them the attention and the service that they deserve. So sometimes I have to pull myself back, you know, to what I can do so that I don't get overwhelmed and people fall through the cracks. But it's been a blessing. It has really been a blessing. And it's just been a blessing with my health and just with me being able to do things on a quicker timetable than I planned.
All right. Yes. Okay. Jan, yes, we do have things that help out with hot flashes. The tea is one of them. There was a mention about chaga, as well as we have a female health support product called Venus. You could get with me or Michelle, and we could give you the additional information about that. Erica Chapman Anderson said that Adam is one of my favorites. Any road trips, I take it, or any late night cramming, Adam is the one that I do on board. And she said also, yes, that opportunity to get you some everyday money. Okay. Now, guys, I don't have to say nothing. Y'all know that I love Vita Divina. You know that Vita Divina has changed my life, has made me become, well, you know what? I'm going to say something I don't talk about. I love the products. I love the extra income that I make. But mostly what I love about Vita Divina is, as Michelle said, is this team. And I also love the fact that some people are fearful about stepping into roles where you may have to be a leader. But the process of how I have grown and how I've matured and how I've been able to, Erica here is one person who actually had left the team and came back to the team and stuff. And in the process of me doing all this, the leader that I have become and how I can interact with people and how I know how to pour into them and I could put them into positions, because I'm going to tell you guys, Michelle, I called her right before this was start. She thought that I was calling each and every one of you. I called Michelle right before this started and said, okay, so this is where I want this to go. And da. She said, okay. I said, all right, so you are hosting it. I'm not hosting it. You're going to start. She said, hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Did you call somebody else? No, I didn't call nobody else, because I know what all of them are capable of. And I know that each and every person brings something to this table that helps us help more and more people on a daily basis. And that's what my life has always been about. And I'm surrounded by an amazing group of people who are about helping others, and also friends with people who are about helping others, like Mr. Derek. Cassandra Floyd is one of our newest partners. She says, it's a business. We are all entrepreneurs. Keep moving, honey. Get 10 more people because it's going to help them. And Erica said, Terrence said, we love you too. I love you. Erica said, I have witnessed your growth with my own eyes. Mwah, 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 mwah. And Cassandra said, woohoo, Erica, for something. And Tanya said, oh, yes, we love you too. You do push us. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Even I don't know if Denise is on here. Even with Denise, guys, I look at y'all pages, and y'all don't know. We're gonna wrap this up right now. We're at 1 minute, at 1 hour. We're gonna wrap this up. But with Denise, thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. Denise, I went to her page yesterday. I saw that she had put up a post. She's trying to get back into it and doing her posting. And there was a comment on there where someone asked, what do I get? And Denise just responded, detox tea. I took a screenshot of what I saw, went into her inbox, said, what happened with this? She said, well, she never responded. I said, well, you know what? I wouldn't have responded either. She said, well, I done talked to her before. So you done talked to her 3 times, what? And then she said, yeah, but she don't, it's my sister-in-law. I said, okay. I said, let's call her. Let's talk to her. She's like, huh? I said, call her. Let's talk to her. Let's see what's going on. And the thing is that sometimes, like Denise says, shows people what you could really do. There's Denise. In the conversation, we learned the only reason why her sister-in-law wasn't responding to her is because she had a bad experience recently with another company that tea has senna in it, and it had caused her to bend to almost kill over. And she was just like, I didn't want to try this stuff anymore. But I told Denise we could get her comfortable about it. Not only did she get comfortable about it, she ended up being with us last night on our team huddle for an hour. Not that she's saying that she wants to be a customer, but she did appreciate everything that Sam Sterner shared with us about how at this moment in this crisis that many people are just $1,000 away from losing their home. And we have an opportunity where they can make $1,000, right? Her sister-in-law sat through over an hour with us there. She's purchased her tea. And Denise, if you don't know, girl, she's getting ready to get her some liquid gold too. She was in my inbox. She saw that post on my page. I tagged her. I told her how liquid gold helped Preston with his eczema. And she was like, I'm getting that too. So, but that's what you do. You show love, and you push them. And you show them what it is. If you're coachable and if you're teachable, you could be successful here. Andrea said, yep, there are times where you may think you are not ready, but just doing it will bring in the experience. And Andrews is not even on my team. He's up in New York. I'm even in there pushing him. What you doing? You not working? Ain't no work available? Well, what you doing? You need to be pushing your business. I'm even on him too. But with that being said, the last thing is I heard of that tea. She must have had Kai tea. She did. It was Kai tea. She said, you not that tall for people. You don't got no shake it up tea. I said, no, we're not shaking it up. She said, because it shake it up, shaked up her stomach. Okay. Leave it to Erica to bring it out. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over back to our host so she could close us out. And I think that, and I thank you, Derek, for hopping on and joining in with us to help us understand and maybe bring some closure to people who are fearful. And we'll give it back to the show host right now so she can take us out.
Thank you so much. This was just awesome. And we wanted to only be on here for about 30 minutes. And look what happened. We just start connecting and talking, and we are just overflowing. We just really love the support. We love that you all were here and that you were chiming in. Thank you for being here for our first episode of What's Up in the Mix. Okay. You will be seeing us every week. It'll be something different. Like I said, you might see us dancing, you might see us cooking. It may just be another forum where we're just sitting and discussing and just connecting with you all. So be on the lookout for us, okay? We love you. Continue to pray. Continue to be kind to one another. We will continue to pray for you as well. And be with us next week, okay? Next Saturday, we will post up, let you know what time, and make sure you come back to see what's up in the mix, all right? We love y'all. We love you. Thank you so much. God bless. Always